This message is for Vivian and Erica. Now, whether you guys had anything to do with what happened to Valeria Marquez or not, your actions after have spoke volumes. Vivian, you've posted 35 to 40 new TikToks in the last 4 days since things happened. Erica, your face and your demeanor as you turned off Valeria's phone and when the police arrived was haunting. Valeria Marquez is something that you two simply will never be. Valeria was a star, and she has won the hearts of the world now after what happened. While you two, the way you look and act, you will never even come close.
Vete a la verga, ya le llegó.
That girl that got shot on live. It is, whoa. And I didn't think I was going to see her actually die on live. But I found people that had videos and I didn't search for that. It just ended up popping up on my For You page. And I was like, oh my God. And her friend set her ass up. Sorry, but she did. And what doesn't really shock me, what I'm going to tell you shocks me about it and why I think it's true. Not because she picked up the phone and ended the live. Because maybe her phone was across the room, or she, I would say maybe in her head was frantic and was like, oh, this phone's laying out in the open, it's right next to me, I'm going to end the live, because you would have to end the live to use it to call 911. So that's why I'm saying the live thing doesn't like surprise me that she shut the live off. It doesn't prove that she had intention or, you know, anything like intention of her dying or didn't care about her dying. Because I mean, if that was the closest phone, grab it and call 911. Maybe her phone was on another table. Maybe the table, you know, was all the way across the room and she was, you know, right there. But when she picks up the phone and you see her face and her expression on her face, that is what makes me feel like there was something fucking going on. Because you see her full face and she does not look scared. She does not look distraught. She does not look like, oh, she's frantically like, if that happened to me, when I would end the live and pick up the phone, I'd be like this. You'd be shaking and if you just watched a guy came in, you've never heard a gun before, you don't know how that shit is. And a guy came in, pow, pow, pow. That shit's loud. That's enough to scare you. Why do you think people, when a bunch of people are fighting all kinds of things, somebody pulls a gun and shoots it in the air and everybody stops? When you hear that sound, you fucking halt. Okay? You're like, what? And then to see your friend die or being attacked, you would, and then you don't know whether you're gonna live or die. You'd be shaking, freaking out. This would be happening to the phone and whatever. That is what's shocking to me. Not that she picked up the phone and ended the live, because if she didn't have a phone on her, picking up the phone and ending the live makes sense, because you would have to do that to call the cops. But it was how she picked up the phone, and it was her facial expression that made that sketchy as fuck. Then, the second thing I find sketchy as fuck. They're the only two in the salon. Okay? Everybody's putting stock in like these gifts that she's getting and making them into symbols. No. I believe that those gifts were sent to keep her there so that it didn't look weird when her friend said, "Oh no, just stay. You have another gift coming, blah, blah, blah." No, whatever. And because she's been getting gifts all day, she's like, okay, even though she knew something was off, she said that she felt like somebody was trying to kill her before it even happened. She was like, she had some kind of like weird feeling. And when she was like, I'm gonna leave, she's like, no, 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 wait. Why? Why does she have to wait? She owns the fucking store. The delivery guy can drop her shit off and she can pick it up in the morning. Why does she have to wait for the package to come? If it's not, you know what I mean? I don't wait intently for a package all the time unless it's something that I really, really want. So you would have to convince her to stay. She made it so she sat there and waited for this gift, and it's not even something that she even knew what she was getting. So you know what I'm saying? Like, why did she have to sit there and wait for it? The gifts were to make her comfortable sitting there and waiting for it. Because if she didn't get any gifts that whole day, she might not have stayed there and waited for that gift. She might have been like, a gift? Why would I sit here and wait for a gift? No, no. But she had the Starbucks gift, she had the roses gift, she had the little pig gift, and let's see, what else you got? Don't leave. Okay. Now, that could be a little innocent thing, maybe, whatever, but I think it was part of the plan. And she had these gifts to whoever it was that, it sounds like it was a hitman. So she's sitting with all these gifts. Kill the girl that's holding all the stuff. Now, what blows my fucking mind is that a hitman, a real hitman, would never leave a fucking witness. Okay? Mask, no mask, whatever the fuck. Her friend obviously was pretty fucking close to her. If it wasn't even like 2 minutes after she was shot, the phone was grabbed. Right after that girl slumps over like this, that girl picks up the phone and ends the live. Okay? That's the other thing. So when she grabs how fast she grabbed the phone. Because your friend just got shot. You don't know if she's dead or anything. She didn't even run over to her before. Her first thing was to pick up the phone. No, my first instinct is if I lived, I would have ran over to my friend, checking my friend to see if she's alive, to see if she's okay, and I'd be frantic. Then I would probably run to the nearest phone, which if I forgot where mine was in a blind panic, she was filming on live because that girl had another phone. She was texting and answering calls while she was on her live. So she had a phone on her person, and then she had a phone that was out in the open that she was filming the live with. So that means if I had my phone on the desk somewhere else, I would have checked my friend, fucking panicked. Then the live would have still been going, but then you would have seen me pick up the phone, but it would have been like this. Now, what I'm getting at is that the hitman would have never fucking left a witness to the fucking crime. And nobody knows if he was he obviously wasn't wearing a mask, because if he was, she would have reacted to that and been like, what the fuck? She had the same look on her face. She had no fucking clue what was about to happen to her. All you saw was her sitting there. She had the look she had the whole live. And then all of a sudden she's like, and then she goes here, and you can literally see when she takes her last breath, she goes, breathes out. and then slumps like this to the side. So there was no indication that she knew she was about to die other than the, like, feeling like she felt like somebody was going to do harm to her. But she just had a feeling like that. But she didn't really expect to die. So this guy has a witness that can identify him if he does get caught. Why would he do that? And it wasn't like that girl was across the fucking room because, like I said, the first thing, the live was on for maybe a couple of seconds after she was shot, and that girl picked up the phone and fucking ended the live. So she was standing next to her when she got shot, and he didn't shoot her too. He left her to tell the tale. Nah, Tommy right here, bitch. You did it. You planned that shit out, you dirty, shiesty fucking bitch. And I hope you burn in hell.
If I knew it all, then would I do it again? Would I do it again? If they knew what they said would go straight to my head, what would they say instead? If I knew it all, then would I do it again?
You can ask the flowers, I sit for hours, telling all the bluebirds, the
¡Ya me voy! ¡Las amo!
I'm so in love.
Les hago live más al rato, ¿ok?
So I've been doing my own research on the Valeria Marquez case. I'm watching all of the old videos, I'm studying her friends, I'm seeing if there was any clues. But one video that just stood out to me right now, I'm not sure exactly when this live happened, but I can tell you right now that they were already leaving her clues. Now the picture on the left is from a video that I'm going to show you guys. This is one of the first phone calls that she received during her live video. Now the same person asked for Karina, which is crazy because the day she had passed, she received that same phone call asking for Karina. Now I don't know, I find that pretty suspicious. Let me know what you guys think. You can even see in her face expression from the first day to the second day, she knew something was not right. Even in the first video that I'm going to show you, she reacts to two people getting out of a Camaro. Go ahead and leave your conspiracies below. Let me know what you guys think about this.
¿Quién habla? No, te equivocaste de número. Cari. Me dice, bueno, Cari. Y yo. Y tú eres perra. Yo, Cari, no soy hermosa. ¿Verdad? Sí. Y ese camarón. Son dos muchachos, ¿no? Ay, no. Todo aquí. Y yo así con cara de culo. Ah, no viene con una vieja. Bueno, todo bien ya. Bueno. No. No, me hablaron de una Karina, no sé qué, de que debe en Coppel. Karina, si diste mi número y ve y págales a Coppel, güey.
No, hasta me daban ganas de llorar. Todavía no, a todo México nos impactó y está terrible, horrible. Oye. No se merece lo que le pasó. No se merece lo que le pasó. Ni ella era un amor de persona y no te conocía y te sonreía. Y cuando me entero es como que no inventes, ¿por qué a ella? O sea, ¿por qué a ella? ¿Por qué esas amistades? No se lo merecía. Se supo que la amenazaron una vez en un antro, que estaba en un antro, y que la amenazaron y que ¿por qué te diviertes? Que no sé qué tanto, tú divirtiéndote y yo acá. Y la llegaron a amenazar y también se decía que muchos le decían de que, güey, tu muerte está cerca de ti. Y así, pero pues no,
se lo imaginaron.
Sí, no así. Porque en sí desconozco por qué, pero sí se llegaba a murmurar de que tu muerte está cerca, ten cuidado, fíjate con quién te relacionas, que no sé qué tanto. Y pues pasó la tragedia. Y con el en vivo siento yo que hay muchas pruebas para al menos las detengan, para ver por qué una de ellas estuvo insistente en que quédate. O sea, en el en vivo hay muchísima prueba para que las detengan.
Por lo que solicitarán una reunión con autoridades federales y del vecino estado para pues, buscar estrategias para reducir el robo de videos.
So I've been seeing a lot of people in the comments saying maybe it was just a fan that just put sorry, and you know, TikTok is making a big deal about roses that say sorry. It's not TikTok, babe. Obviously, the cop walked up and thought something of it and decided to say, wait, let me take a picture of this because this doesn't seem right. Now, normally I'm not one to jump to conclusions and just really believe all the hype from social media, but that's just weird. She just got murdered and then somebody goes and leaves her roses, and her favorite roses at that. Do y'all remember in the live when they asked her, hey, what are your favorite flowers? And she said red. So again, I don't think that people are hyping this up. I think that somebody at this point is starting to feel bad for what they did. It is eating them up inside, and they had to ask her for forgiveness. That's my opinion, and I don't know. You guys tell me what you guys think.
Ustedes piensan que yo vengo al salón guapa y así, pero no, así llego. No traigo ni tenis, no traigo ni tenis, llego descalza. Así nomás. ¿Qué dijo? Que se llevaron el para limpiar los vidrios y están bien sucios.
Calling you to say damned if I don't. You know I got a girl back home. You got a man what you want.
Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. What's weird is I feel like they only took the roses into evidence to act like they're doing something, but it's crazy because these suspects and people who actually have something to do with this crime is right in front of them. Everything's right in front of them. The bitch that helped orchestrate this crime and this unaliving decided to show up to the crime scene. One of them was already there. Her employee, not friend, right? Her employee that had to lawyer up. When you lawyer up, you're guilty. And if I was Vivian and I did nothing wrong and I didn't do shit and I had nothing to do, genuinely had nothing to do with my friends unaliving, I would have came to the internet so quick, no matter if it brought me so much hate, and cleared my name and sat there and fought for so much just to be able to show people that I had nothing to do with it. But this bitch can't do that because she knows she has something to do with it. freaking horrible person. This unaliving of Valeria was like planned out. And I feel like it was planned out for some time. I don't feel like it was just planned out within a day. I feel like it was planned for some time where she wanted to always do this, but she just didn't know when to execute the plan. And then she decided to do it that day, which is fucked up, because just looking back at the live where Valeria was saying, this shit breaks my heart, where she was saying that pretty much she was tired and stuff, so she's probably not going to go live tomorrow. She'll probably go live another day, just for her to not go live at all after, because she didn't know her life was going to be viciously taken away from her. And I really hope justice is done and served for her, and we don't let this case rest until it's done, because we can't allow it to go to cold case, especially this crime being done in Mexico, and their law enforcement is completely different than America. Not saying America's law enforcement and the way they handle things out here is any different, because I think they're just as stupid. But the whole cartel thing and everything, people are afraid, scared. But fuck these bitches, because like I said, that cartel shit brings no excuse. Because if you were forced to do something like this, and you're paid to do something like this, that still doesn't hold back your emotions you're going to feel for somebody that you genuinely care for and love. That's going to still break your heart to even have to participate in a crime like this. And you're going to show that emotion. But you guys just didn't. Because that's what you guys wanted. You guys envied the girl.
Mexico's President Claudia Sheinbaum has ordered a high-level investigation into the horrifying death of 23-year-old TikToker Valeria Marquez. The president confirmed that the National Security Cabinet is now involved in the case, which includes the Secretary of Defense, the Secretary of the Navy, the head of the National Guard, and the Attorney General of Mexico. These are the top officials in charge of Mexico's national security. For a case like this to reach their desks, it means that they view this case as a potential threat to public confidence, safety, and human rights. Her death is being investigated as a possible femicide, the killing of a woman because of her gender. Usually, femicide cases are left to the state and many go unsolved. This time, the federal government has gotten involved. Why now? Public pressure, social media outrage. The fact that Valeria's death was broadcast in real time, it's impossible to ignore. She was young, beautiful, vibrant, full of potential, and her life was taken within a moment. She was a daughter, a friend, and a voice in the digital space that made people feel beautiful. People across the country and beyond are demanding justice.
It's always have and never home to begin to feel like
Valeria Marquez's studio. After her death,
it's just a cigarette and it cannot be that bad.
Honey, don't you love me and you know it makes me sad.
It's just a cigarette like you always used to do.
I was different then, I don't need them to be cool.
Te llamo para confirmar, pero tú no quieres contar.
¿Quieren verlo? Yo como las señoras con los hijos. Mi hermana me acaba de mandar un video. Le dije, mándame videos de mi niño que lo extraño. Miren. Ay. Otra vez porque no se vio. Ay, mi vida, cómo lo extraño. Vámonos.
Te voy a reventar el hocico, mira, la neta.
Vamos. Los voy a raptar. Eso.
Que ya nos quieres.
Y luego todavía llega y se acaba mi power.
Que para
La
que
vida.
no me entiendes. Vete con quien se te puta perra gana.
Ah, les digo, todavía llega y se roba mi power.
Y no vuelvas a hablar.
¿Qué?
And now we turn to Mexico. In a shocking and heartbreaking incident, 23-year-old Mexican beauty influencer Valeria Marquez was shot dead.
Hold my hand until you turn to ashes. Drive me till they put me in my casket. I got all these feelings that I'm asking. Gotta hate on you, that's what I'm asking.
Pues ya nos dijeron que hasta que le iba a hacer el trámite de lo de la visa.
Una pista de blue.
Pues qué bueno que no te estoy feliz, porque lo más seguro es que estuviera.
No, al rato les cuento, niñas, ya me voy porque...
Must watch. Valeria feels uncomfortable receiving a bouquet from Vivian.
Ahorita es nada que ver, las hubiera juntado en un ramo y todavía.
Ay, huele bien rico, güey.
Es que te las di con amor.
Her thoughts. What's up with her?
Bueno, no prometo nada.
What did I get myself into?
Pero van a durar. Esas te las dieron.
She's being weird. I think she has feelings for me.
La foto.
Trae el carro.
Sácala. Ah, no.
Hasta el lunes.
Sí, sí.
I should change subject.